They recently brought a wolf back using genetic editing. It feels like a dark imitation of something sacred. Can zikr actually cleanse and restore our DNA in the way of it was meant to be?
The two different things I think. I think the desire to bring back that which was taken away from the earth is something dangerous, but they're not showing you how much they know of how to bring things and how to bring and clone things, and pretty much they open a door for creatures and viruses and sicknesses that this earth doesn't have a cure for it. And this is satanic system of trying to manipulate things. And shaitan loves the manipulation of the genes and genome and the human DNA and animal DNA. And that's like Toy Story, the cartoon where the evil boy was putting all the different dolls, cutting the head off, putting an arm on, putting the arm, putting this on, and that was a symbol of shaitan. And that's all he likes to do, he just keep manipulating these things. Now for dhikrullah, we've described that in the talks with frequency. So the energy and frequency and the lights that are produced, when we understand these energies and these waves, they can change everything. They can change the manifestation of everything. It just needs bi'idhnillah. So everything is by Allah's will. When Allah wants, anything of a sickness, a difficulty is something malfunctioning in the dhikr of that reality or that area that manifests negative lights for that area, and all of that can be resolved through dhikr, through du'a and through powers and energies that Allah sends. But you say, then why He doesn't send? Because that's Allah's hikmah and wisdom. Why He gives somebody something and that they have to struggle through what Allah has given to them. So life is not about putting everything perfectly back together, but that everything is in Allah's hands. But the hearts that have strayed and the energies that have negatively dressed people from the satanic influence, then definitely can be fixed through dhikrullah. So the energies that come to the head, to the body, to the lataifs, when they're in the environment of dhikr, the energies are modulating everything, making them to operate correctly. So you're like a radio. If you bring that radio into a heavenly gathering, the energies that will come onto those stations will transmit heavenly frequencies. If you take yourself out of the gathering and think that you became clever now, what happens? You're a radio but now you're not going to be transmitting heavenly frequencies, and the shaitans and evilness will grab hold, and as a result they begin to transmit all sorts of bizarre frequencies. So it depends on the device. If you want to keep it good, stay in a good environment. If you want your device to go haywire, then start taking it into negative environments. When we see how subtle we are, we understand really we are just like a mechanical device, no different. So you take your device and surround it only by negative stations, and you say, where was that beautiful heavenly station? Say, yeah, well it's not broadcasting in this area. Well then you turn it on, it's just going to be horrific sounds, negative sounds. Now you contaminated that device. But then you go to another area and say, oh they're broadcasting all sorts of beautiful sounds in this area. But then stay there and keep broadcasting the positive sounds. Then imagine people, they do good things and they go to a bad place and they start making negative vibes, negative talks, negative discussions. And then they start taking themselves to non-holy places, non-religious places, non-positive energy places, and life goes downhill from there. We're just an energy being, so people just underestimate the negativity unfortunately, and they underestimate the positive, they don't know what God had granted them, and that's the badness. We don't know what God has granted us by being in these spiritual associations, by being under the nazar of these realities. The only day you know it is when you don't have it, God forbid.